And in fact, at the end of the talk, a woman came up to me who runs a fairly big company in Wales with several shops, and she just said, footfall's dead, footfall's dead. And it's like, well, there's not much I can say about that. Like, that's probably the reality, and it's going to get worse as people just turn to shopping online and consumer behaviour changes. Olympia in London, and I'm here to give a talk on behalf of Facebook called How to Nail and Scale Your Direct-to-Consumer Strategy. So what's going on behind me is the Top Drawer Festival, and you can see it's a really, really big event. It's where all sorts of product creators and brands come to meet buyers and get their products into retailers. Obviously, in today's multi-channel, omni-channel world, all these brands also need to go direct-to-consumer, and that's what my keynote talk is about. What's really interesting about being here is just seeing how many brands there are. Like, I've just walked through the jewellery section, and it's really hard to actually see how these products can easily and readily differentiate themselves in the market. You know, at first glance, it's really difficult to tell like why one brand is better than another. You can just see from walking around here what a competitive world it is out there, and how hard these product brands have to work in order to just stand out, get traction, get in with retailers, and then get in with consumers and create brand loyalty and all the stuff that they're going to need to do in order to scale their businesses successfully.
Who has the word in their head? Put your hands up if you do. I need to go direct to consumer. Who's had that thought? Great, we've got quite a few hands going up. Now, it's really interesting for me. I've been working in the digital marketing space for a long time, 11 years in fact. And what everybody used to say around 5-6 years ago, what everyone used to say to me was, I need to get myself out there. Who's had that thought? I need to get myself and my business out there. And then it started changing, because people started getting themselves out there, and then they started saying to me, I need to stand out online. Who's had that thought? I need to stand out online. Yeah, hands going up. That's actually the name of my next book, Stand Out Online. The reason it's called Stand Out Online is because it's what everyone's asking me all the time. How do I stand out online? What I've really noticed in the last year or so is that language has changed again, and now everybody's talking about going direct to consumer. So again, let's see who wants to go direct to consumer. And that's because people have really realised that the power for these digital platforms is not necessarily for getting yourself out there, although it is, or for standing out online, but the real power comes in going direct to consumer and creating a customer acquisition strategy which is scalable to acquire new customers and then drives repeat purchases. And that is how these digital platforms work at their finest and at their most powerful. So we've moved on from sort of getting yourself out there and standing out online to people who are really beginning to understand, in fact, what I need to do is build a direct-to-consumer customer acquisition strategy that enables me to scale my brand at a measurable pace that I can speed up or slow down, whatever I want to do, and that drives repeat purchases. Who would like the idea of that happening and working for their business? Right, okay, so shall I get started and tell you something about how to do that?
So I've just come out of Olympia, and the talk went really well. It was actually the most attended talk of the day, which is obviously because it was me talking. No, it's actually because the idea of going direct to consumer is what all product-based brands want to do. It's what they know they need to do, it's what they're really excited about, it's what they feel is the next step for them as a brand. I think there's a few people coming into our mentoring academy, a few people potentially interested in becoming bulk partners, which is great, and it's just really good to go to an event like this one at Olympia and have the chance to speak to people and hear what they're saying and hear what they're thinking.